Hello, Tim. Welcome to the EPM Intelligence Podcast, your first ever.
It is.
We are at Oracle AI World here in Las Vegas. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, since this is your first one. Give us some context. How'd you get here?
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. Great to be here. Been in the EPM space over 25 years now. I was right out of school an accountant, doing financial close, account reconciliation, process improvement sort of work. And since then, really been spending my career on the vendor side, trying to improve processes, make people's lives better, easier. Try to eliminate all that monotonous work that we want our value-added accountants to add value to the process. And that's really what I've been doing for the last 25 years.
Well, we're always happy to have you talk to our customers. And for those that are new to the Oracle ecosystem, can you give them a little bit about, account reconciliations and how it fits into the Oracle EPM platform?
Sure, I get that question a lot. Oracle's big. We have a lot of offerings. So for my piece, focus on account reconciliations, as you noted, part of the EPM space, we really have two pillars. We have the planning and budgeting side, and we have the financial close side. Financial close are things like consolidations, reconciliations, as we're talking about today, narrative reporting, all the things that really help speed up the financial close. From my perspective and from our customers' perspective, account reconciliations are typically a manual, error-prone process. It's a big bottleneck in closing the books, and so that's why it's such an important piece of our financial close offering.
So talk a little bit about, at the conference, I'm sure you're meeting with a lot of customers. What are some of the questions that customers are asking you, whether they're just starting their journey and they're dipping their toes into the platform, or maybe they've been live now for multiple, cycles and they're looking at how to expand? What are you getting?
Yeah, this week has been great. I mean, meeting with customers, it's such a positive vibe, positive energy all around. In our day-to-day lives, when I'm back at the office, there may be SRs that get open. There might even be a couple bugs here and there. So when we come here and it's just fully positive, customers all over the map, they've already fully implemented at least portions of the EPM suite, and they want to expand. Maybe they want to improve, add transaction matching because they're already tracking all the reconciliations. Well, now we really want to make that better. Because a lot of these customers are coming from spreadsheets. It's 2025. I'm always still surprised that people are doing these things in spreadsheets. And we have this solution that can really help them. So that's one angle is I'm implemented, I'm tracking my reconciliations. At least I have some due dates now and I know who's responsible for the work. So expanding that and using transaction matching, adding more rules. We're very flexible on our rules engine, very proud of that because it really helps people improve their process over time. I was talking to a customer this week. They've been live for 3 years and they're still tweaking and adding things and making it even better. When they first went live, they told me they had an annual savings of $1 million a year just by implementing an account rec. And now after 3 years, they've got that up to 5 million. 5 million savings annually by just process improvement, bring in the right integrations, add transaction matching, all these things. So just really good ROI from the product for those types of customers. And then the other questions I've been getting is, we have the whole suite. Where do we start, right? And I see a lot of customers still, whether they have on-premise software like Hyperion or HFM, whatever, or using spreadsheets, and they want to know where to begin. And obviously jumping right into AI world, and everyone's talking about AI all the time, these customers are still doing a lot of work in spreadsheets. So that seems like a far leap right off the bat. And I think it's a really nice place to start. A lot of our largest customers, their first project in the cloud was with account reconciliation.
Absolutely.
It's a nice, it's not a gigantic project, it's very manageable, it's very focused, and so a lot of people start with account reconciliations because it is a good place to start. You get that quick win, you get your champions, and now you're in EPM Cloud. Maybe you're also going to go to ERP Cloud, and whatever your scenario is. So it's definitely a nice place to start for a lot of customers.
So that is something definitely that we've seen. High user adoption, customer satisfaction. And so thank you for that. And I know now with AI embedded into the product, talk to me a little bit about what you're seeing that's exciting in the tool, the AI enhancements, and what's going on there.
Yeah, so at AI World, we released a number of agents, announced a number of agents across everything, ERP, EPM, all of it. We're on the EPM side, no different. We have a reconciliation agent now, very excited about that. and I've been doing this for a long time, showing customers enhancements. Here's what we're thinking about next. I can say I've never seen accountants more excited about what we're planning. It's really, really exciting. I was in a meeting yesterday. We had 3 or 4 Oracle support team, me and a couple sales folks and other support members, mostly Oracle, and we were talking to one customer. I showed a demo of the reconciliation agent, the things that we're planning. She's grinning ear to ear. She's loving what she's seeing. She's taking furious notes. She's going to tell all of her colleagues about it. And she looks up at the sales guys and she goes, "You guys need to be more excited. What's going on here?" So that's the important thing. That's what I love. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And that's what I do. I listen to customers, and we want to put in very tangible enhancements that are important to them. And just because it says AI doesn't mean it's going to be great if you don't plan that out properly. So we've really focused on the use cases that we think are important with the agent. A couple things we're doing are like a transaction matching assistant. We'll be able to match transactions without rules. The assistant can, using machine learning, can see those patterns and predict matches. We're also helping with account maintenance. A lot of my customers have thousands of reconciliations. You got to assign risk ratings and preparers and reviewers, and there's setup that you have to do. A lot of manual steps today. Running reports from the GL, trying to make this all work and explain why my balance is what it is. Being able to help them just hit the ground running, get that data for them. If they want human sign-off, great.
You're evaluating as a customer what product is the right fit for you. It's not a one-size-fits all, I get it. But what advice would you give them to really, take a hard look when you're looking at the other tools in the market?
Yeah, I got that question a lot this week as well from customers. We really just want to make sure that if you're talking about AI and you want to implement it, it's a tangible, usable, useful feature. So as the features I've been talking about, matching, account assignment assistant, reconciliation preparation assistant, these sorts of things, those are very, very useful features. And on the Oracle side, as you touched on, when you buy EPM Enterprise from us, that's our, the subscription that our customers have. It's all included. We're not going off to a third party. You're not paying any extra, for transactions. We've always had unlimited transactions, unlimited environments. A customer wants to have multiple production and test environments, all included. All they pay is for that one user fee. And with Oracle, this is one of the reasons I moved to Oracle years ago. Is it's very simple. Like everything's included. The customer's ROI is really up to them. The more match types they add in transaction matching, the more rules, the more automation they put in place, the more integrations they load, the more transactions they load. It's completely their ROI. We're not charging more by transaction. We're not charging more for environments. AI is included. We're not charging more there. So it just makes it really simple, and I see customers benefiting from it because the only limit is their imagination. They keep adding and improving. It's all on them, so it's really good.
So as you know, after speaking to our customers, we've replaced competing products like BlackLine or FloQast, and you also have a background at Trintech, and we've replaced that as well. So in terms of having an existing tool and replacing, one of those with, account reconciliations, what are some of the trends that you've seen that really was the tipping point or the aha moment for the customer that, wow, we need to switch?
It was interesting for the last number of years, people buying EPM from us, like I said, you got all those planning capabilities, you got narrative reporting, you've got profitability and costs, so many features and business process are covered by what they buy EPM from us. When I was working in a competitor, as you mentioned, and other offerings we see out there in the market, they are pretty narrowly focused. Customers see the value of does my consolidation, does account recs, does my journal entries. Like it does everything you want from one place, one subscription, like I said, unlimited transactions and everything they would need. So customers really see the value of that. And that was before we introduced AI. So where we're going now, I'm even more excited about, because the agent that I mentioned, the reconciliation agent, this benefits all customers. Like I have customers that use non-Oracle ERPs, non-Oracle data sources, that's fine. Third-party systems, obviously we're agnostic, we'll take that in. The reconciliation agent works with the ledger agent, which was also introduced here at AI World. And it's just really much more efficient process when you've got the agents talking together. We're pulling, as I mentioned before, the data that we need, preparing the reconciliation for the user. Any insights on the ledger side are a part of the reconciliation now.
And that's one of the questions that we get a lot is, do I have to be on an Oracle ERP to take advantage of the account reconciliations business process and the flexibility of the tool and the maintenance. Talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely, yeah. We recognize that. It's not feasible for everyone to go on Cloud ERP tomorrow. We would love it, but I have customers that have 60, 70 ERPs. I mean, they're very acquisitive, and every company you buy is not going to have Oracle ERP, and that's totally fine. So if you're going to introduce AI features that are useful for people, you really need to have a good foundation. And I'll give you an example. Like, for years now, we've had a very flexible list view for, customers load millions of transactions. They need to be able to slice and dice, add their own columns, save that view, export to Excel. Like, all that stuff is there. That foundational layer is there. So we see as we add AI on top, it's much more powerful because that foundational layer is there. And where we need to improve, we will. For example, this feature for account assignment that we're releasing, another long-standing enhancement our customers have wanted us to do is global rules. Global rules will enable better dynamic risk rating, better account assignment for defaults, all these sorts of things. So there's good old-fashioned features like global rules that we'll be adding. You can't just go out in a marketing sales pitch and tell customers we have AI when you don't have that foundation. I would advise a customer to really look at the product itself as well. It's got to be usable. Like I said, you've got to have flexible ways to get the data in, get the data out. If they have a complex environment with multiple ERPs, how do you handle that?
We often also tell customers, look at the business process too. And you have a deep accounting background as well. And so you can't put technology on a bad process.
Oh, totally.
So, in addition to technology, talk a little bit to customers about what they can do to get ready. How do they prepare themselves, the organization? Because I think that's really core to the success of the rollouts that we've had.
Yeah, you nailed it on the data comment for sure. For years, transaction matching it's always going to work better if the data is clean and reliable. I mean, that's a no-brainer. But we're seeing it even more with AI. For example, it really is, it's good at going to get the journal entries, comparing to last month, what's different, what's new, what needs to drop off, what just carries forward month over month as far as my reconciling items. Accountants recognize it right away. When I'm talking to them about where we're going with these features, the first thing I get asked every time is, so how does it know these journals are related? How did I love it. It's the same question every time because they know if I have a consistent and reliable journal process, and those look the same month over month or similar month over month, if you're doing thousands of journal entries and they don't look the same and there's no rhyme or reason, I mean that reconciliation would be hard even for a human, never mind the AI. If I was advising a customer on really hitting a home run when they implement our AI, it's take a good look at the processes, take a good look at that data, make sure it's consistent, make sure it's reliable. It has to be very thoughtful. You can't just, like you said, garbage in, garbage out, right? So it's definitely important to get the data right.
So when it comes to the ease of use and the maintenance, and if a customer has a very complex environment and when they're looking at their business processes, they have a lot of challenges, and before they layer that on top, there's basics that we've seen. So internal decision making, knowing the approval process, how many approvers do you need, what kind of due diligence do you need on high risk accounts and things like that. So in terms of maintenance, do you see that still within the user accounting organization? Are they having to rely on IT? Because I find that to be very core to the success of the product as well.
No, we're really proud of the fact that it's user owned, business user maintained, that sort of thing. I mean, a lot of times they're doing this manually in Excel today, and so it's a transition obviously to use software instead. But that's the part we always strive to make as simple as possible, whether it's account maintenance, whether it's adding new processes in, we want out-of-the-box adapters that are ready to go. So it's not a heavy IT lift, right? It's just the users maintaining the system. It's the users doing the configuration. We have a concept of delegation, like power users, granular roles, being able to spread the maintenance around a little bit. If I'm responsible for Germany, other person responsible for Australia, whatever it might be, you can delegate that out.
Right.
So all this combination of make it easy, and also being able to delegate, I think, is really valuable to our customers because that's what helps it streamline the process. The people in that area know it best, they can deal with it, and then, it's an easy process from there.
Excellent. So, Tim, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. You really seem to enjoy what you do. You've always been, great with our customers, always make time for customers. what gets you up in the morning? Why are you so excited about what you do every day?
Well, I will say these conferences are a wonderful, energizing experience for sure. Like I said, just yesterday, demoing the new features to a customer and seeing how happy they are about how much easier their life can be. And I say life because yes, it's work, but that's where you're spending a lot of your time every day.
Right.
So as a product manager, it's by far, like you said, why do I get out of bed in the morning? It's making people's lives easier, because if you make their job easier, that is such a large part of someone's life, is how much time they're working, right? So yeah, seeing people excited about the new features that are coming, it's going to save them time, it's going to make them more efficient. And honestly, this happened to me right out of university. My first job was ticking and tying every month, and at first it was, kind of interesting because I'm kind of an accounting nerd. I like getting things reconciled to the penny and all that, but it does get monotonous after a while. And where I felt real value was really improving the process, freeing up people's time to more value-added tasks, things that are exciting. And as you go to work and you want to have value and you want to feel like you've accomplished something, I see it in my customers when they implement a new feature and they make a process better, and now they can move on to the next thing. So that's what makes me excited, is meeting with customers, implementing the features and the things that they're asking for, and honestly, at the end of the day, hopefully, happy with what we're doing.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again. I hope this is the first of many of our conversations, so appreciate the time.
It was a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.